Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Greetings, celestial star lineage of the new Lemuria transformation, as we continue through the Sirius stargate corridor into the 7-7 portal. We resolve all things perfectly in the unborn eternal mind of Buddha and transcend all suffering and separation into the unity consciousness of pure awareness. On this 7-3 activation portal of our sacred codes of the 37 into the 73 of ascension into our heaven on earth reality, we navigate through these new creation frequencies and anchor in the crystalline resonance into the grids and core of Mother Earth. We witnessed a massive spike in the heartbeat of Gaia today, appearing on the Schumann charts at 19 Hz, 22 Hz, and a big blast of white light at 52 Hz. Fifth dimensional energetics expanding through the quantum field of cosmic consciousness. All our starseed earth angelics of the 144 are holding the line in the still center of 0 point for our total compression breakthrough in our freedom in the light of infinite source creator. A'ho. Welcome, beloved beings of light. I am paulwhitegoldeagle, Keen 47, blue galactic hand of our universal alliance of light with primedisclosure.com. We have many powerful transmissions again for you today from our sacred newearth scribes, so be sure to listen to the very end, where we release a powerful divine decree for the Syrian Mother-Sun Heliacal Rising transmission. And please do us a favor and share this video with your teams and tribes all over this realm. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below. And now we continue with Divine Brother of the Light Pars Kute, 3rd of July 2025. Something massive is on its way. Get ready to take off. We have just crossed great vibrational gateway, and its effects on our world is nothing short of miraculous. With an infinite source intelligence of pure love, Pars Kute. And today from Divine Sister of the Light Erini, Crystalline Indigo Guide to the Galaxy, Venus and Uranus Celestial Message, August 12th, 2026, Total Solar Eclipse, carries the code 555, the great opening of the door for the Christed children to begin coming in. Let the jewels of life come in. These souls will begin being conceived after the completion of the process of the return of the celestial Venus, which is deeply alchemical, transformative, and restorative one. And today from Divine Sister of the Light Sangita Handa, this month's first portal is the 7-7, followed by the 26th, the Earth Syrian New Year, and immediately after commences the opening of the Lion's Gateway 2025 with Sirius. July, August, and September are paramount and powerful 3 months where we can expect a lot. However, recall too, no more waiting room. We welcome all who have started to be of service to the divine plan by investing in being the blue-violet lighthouse of God, radiating outward and upward. Please continue this much-needed participation, selflessly, but with your higher self involved as the integrated illumined soul personality. Be the integrated illumined soul personality. Remember, the event has commenced, and you, each and every awakened 144,000, are the alchemical violet blue exorcists of God. Without your light, Kali Yuga would not have ended last year. This needed to happen, consciously and not through happenstance, for the waiting room to be demolished in 2025. Now you are out, after a tremendously lengthy prepping period in the waiting room. There you were focused on the within and now. It's the within stepping into the outside. The invisible become visible. Herein, your invisible now becomes visible. It's necessary for the outside to know through evidence. The within is so vital, pivotal, and paramount, a fulcrum in importance to reclaim your power, surrender to the will, and become whole again. You have stepped out of oneness to alchemize all separateness and selfishness through your exorcist alchemical powers of the violet blue fire, and evidence to the world masses of amnesia, the process of resurrection and ascension, the only way out of the matrix and into eternal liberation and freedom. We shall connect again on the 7th of July. Stay in light, love, joy, peace, harmony, perfect inner and outer balance, in unity God consciousness of the 0 point. In the name of God, His Son, the Christ, and His Holy Spirit, the Maha Chohan. Amen. From SangitaHanda.net. And today from Divine Sister of the Light Shay from Numbers by Shay Numerology, 7/3/25. Today the pendulum swings from silliness to brilliance. There could even be some sly mischief, because number 7, Cancer energy, is not always as deep and serious as some would believe. It can be tricky, entertaining, and clever. It can come out of the shadows. It can come in sideways. It can hit and run. Today can be much fun for creating inspiration, ideas, and networking opportunities. We can enjoy our own genius as we tap into the crab's playful side. But those who dare to challenge the crab's generosity could end up caught in their own nets. The crab always expects respect. From Divine Brother of the Light, Alexander Quinn, Starseed. Arcturian message, timeline convergences. Certain timelines are self-correcting, and others are fracturing, as other pieces and parts of your collective and individual consciousness slowly begin the recovery process of retrieval and this discovery process. You are slowly becoming whole at the soul level, but through filters of trauma and ego distortions that have created paradigms whereby many of you still wear a mask that has made it hard to breathe, to please a room that never asked you to put it on, creating a contradiction between your mind and your heart, your soul and your ego, your feeling and your thinking, and the vibrational response that you receive back, which is a delay in manifestation responses, underlined by the mind's persistence to continue swimming against the current, creating further resistance from your love, freedom, and abundance, which is your soul's expression, and the ego's instance on negating it when the mind has become too busy. The fractal your soul wishes to reintegrate as a paradigm contrast in the experience of the mask being dissolved, not torn off in defiance, but simply no longer necessary, so that one can stand unguarded, not to appease a room, but because you finally recognize you are the room, allowing the contradiction to become softened, so that your heart may sail beyond the mind, allowing your soul and ego to collaborate, rather than conflict in a state of observational neutrality, overwriting the limitations of logic and reason from thoughts, then aligning back into feeling. When the lightworker uses this mastery, your vibrational signal is no longer delayed, but immediately again becoming magnetic and drawing all that the heart wishes to it in a responsive concretion as innate becomes aligned with the soup of God and all that is inside of you. The current then no longer opposes or restricts, because you are no longer swimming against it. You are the current creating its own divine timing, as it works with your innate to create a space of self-serving abundance that through osmosis heals those around you and helps others in their own paths. For this reason, the world soul has now entered a fractuation whereby these afflicting energies can no longer vibrate together harmoniously, but now in a separated parallel that is far greater than anything previous generations have experienced, as light and dark untangle themselves from the gray. The designation of lower timelines do not simply cease to exist, but continue in parallel in their contrast to the soul's perspective running concurrently. The same exists for ascension timelines that ran concurrently in parallel, but with a deepening divide since the fractuation and reintegration began. Imagine a highway where all cars drive the same 4-lane road. Now that road has been broken in half, with some cars traveling across the reservation, interchanging unconsciously. This can create a subconscious feeling of being torn between the energies, as some lightworkers are swerving from one road across the reservation, creating continuity issues. It is the mental spiral kept alight by your busy modern lives that fuel unknowingly driving on both sides of this busy multi-lane road. This is why we urge you to spend more and more time in nature, without your phones, and to fall into your feeling through your hearts, to check in with your own inner guidance, to keep you from crossing over the central reservation and stay in the lane you wish to vibrationally utilize. You are in the process that needs to assimilate more of the soul's derivative, so that fear and held trauma may be realized at a faster rate by surrendering past duality and its illusions based in paradigms such as politics and other man-made creations made for keeping you all divided beyond the unity consciousness we experience within our society. Were we a civilization, are all one in love and the love of your own soul's calling, working in a state or near total ongoing synchronicity. These subtleties in your energetic fields create resistance, and even fugitive, as the fracture within the soul and its two greatest timelines continue to broaden. And for this reason, some lightworkers are finding the ascension timeline harder than others, as the soul, through the eye of a needle, pushes itself through the ego's filters to bring the frequency of that which the human most wants, which is not a place, but a frequency. Some call it heaven in your scriptures. The world around you is going to steadily continue separating in two, like a river forking into divergent streams, each shaped by the currents of the old earth and the new earth, which eventually will become harder to cross from one to another, however hard the subconscious tries. As one begins to attune to these separate broadcasts or streams, the according energy will affect the human's preferences and deepen them in accordance to that timeline. Many of you are experiencing this already in the lead up towards 2030. The way you eat, sleep, and work is fast changing. What used to resonate no longer does. You are quickly evolving into a higher vibration of yourself. Soon these two timelines or streams will become so divided that neither one will even be conscious of the other, unless looked for, even despite them both eventually reaching the same ocean or God's source eventually. Those unawakened after the year 2030 will take more time to see the light. Those of you hearing this message have already aligned to. You are in a magical window of opportunity now, light workers. You have another 5 years upon which the greatest awakening within you all will occur now. We urge you to become clear on what it is that you are intentionally wanting to become a frequency match for, and that which you do not, as the widening of these time fractals increases at this time, to avoid feeling fractured from that which your soul wants in order to make you whole and ultimately happy and joyful. Continue to follow the path of least resistance, lightworkers. Your soul's innate working in these energies are becoming much more efficient if you can allow for it to do the work for you. Your ego only needs to know what is happening in the material world. Leave the how and when to the higher self. It is working for you at all times. Allow it to do so behind the scenes without your mind's interference, wanting to cross back into the other lane because of unresolved trauma and fear. We love you in a way that surpasses your current ability to comprehend. What you perceive as your highest state of joy and euphoria are, to us and other 6 density civilizations, the beginning stages or lowest frequencies on the broad spectrum of our experience. And so when we say we love you more than you can imagine, it is because on Earth you do not have within your energetic ability the perception of our vibrational experience. But you are fast approaching that timeline, dear ones. Very soon on your planet, there will be no one religion or political party, but a unity consciousness, unlike anything you have ever experienced, where divide will be something you look back at in your history and wonder why it was ever experienced. We thank you and we are in gratitude for what you achieved there on Earth, unbeknownst to you. It is felt and known throughout this universe and even beyond. Ayawat Ansha, Arcturian Light Command. From Divines, Sister of the Light Devyani Singh, Isis Channelings. The Sirius Sun Conjunction, July 3rd through the 7th. Sirius, Star of Isis, Star of Blue Ray Dispensation for Earth. Monad, Lord Shiva. Frequencies 7-7 and 8-8. Star of Divine Union and New Creation, home to lion, myrrh, serpent, dolphin beings, marker of U.S. Independence Day, July 4th, mouth of the goddess and light body activations. Sirius, the mystical star of goddess Isis, associated with resurrection, rebirth, fertility, occult, and alchemy. In fact, it is the heliacal rising of Sirius that brought about the flooding of the Nile in ancient Egypt, heralding the Egyptian New Year, and certain Isis temples are oriented towards the heliacal rising of Sirius. The esoteric and occult movements under Helena Blavatsky and Alice Bailey associated Sirius with the blue ray, ray of the will of God. It was thus associated with the frequency of freedom and liberation. The reason for choosing July 4th, the original date of Sun-Sirius conjunction, as the American Independence Day. Another associated branch of this esoteric wisdom pegs Lord Shiva as the monad of the blue ray. Lord Shiva's most authentic representation is the Shiva Shakti, union of masculine and feminine, marrying the masculine blue ray of Sirius, which holds within it the sacred, secret magenta ray of the feminine. Sirius and the blue ray thus represent sacred union energetics of the masculine and feminine, which then birth a third aspect, new spiral of creation. Sirius, a triple star system, is supposedly home to the lion beings, masculine, myrrh, serpent, dolphin beings, feminine. Thus, when Sirius, the mystical star of esoteric wisdom, conjuncts the sun, a high-frequency bridge, frequencies 7 and 8, 7-7 and 8-8 of ascension codes, DNA activation and light body activation and mastery is made available to us. For almost every client that has come to me with Sirius star-seeded DNA, lion or myrrh, dolphin or both, we have been guided to activate the silver mouth of the goddess chakra at the back of the skull, behind the third eye. The guidance that has now come in multiple channeling sessions is that the mouth of the goddess chakra is the gateway for the sacred, secret feminine magenta ray to enter and activate the pituitary third eye, while the masculine blue ray enters via the pineal and activated the crown. When these three centers interconnect via the light infinity loops, a pyramid of light is formed, which unlocks our DNA, ancient wisdom and remembrance, and brings about light body activations, which allows us to access interdimensional wisdom, guidance, and insights. This pyramid of light then anchors into the throat chakra to form a diamond light body. The throat chakra thus becomes the primary chakra to bring physical expression, manifestation, the Sirius codes of wisdom thus received. Thus during the Sirius gateways, Sun-Sirius conjunct, heliacal rising of Sirius and the Lion's Gate, the crown, third eye, throat, solar plexus, and mouth of goddess are usually buzzing with energetic uploads. Sake na, from IsisChannelings.wordpress.com. And today from Divine Brother of the Light, Diego E. Berman, Ph.D. Welcome to the 7-7 Gateway 2025, July 3rd through the 7th. Day 2, Energetic Update. Dear friends, as we approach the climax of the 7-7 Energy Portal on July 7th, the intensity of these particular light codes arriving on Earth is increasing day by day. This portal is also known as the Sirius Gateway, as it is believed that during this period, the star Sirius, our spiritual sun, aligns perfectly with our planet, creating an energetic highway of high-frequency light codes. Regardless of your own personal connection with the stars and other galactic civilizations, the double appearance of the number 7 is meaningful in itself from an energetic and spiritual point of view. Seeing 7 or 77 resonates with signs from your spiritual guides, guardian angels, and masters, encouraging you to reconnect with your spiritual practice and honor your connection with the divine realm. The number 7 is connected to your intuitive feelings, divine wisdom, developing self-awareness, spiritual insights, and life changes that can have big positive impacts on your timeline. 7 holds a vibration that acts as a bridge between our human, limited physical dimensions and the expansive, higher non-physical realities. The number is a sign of hope that your true path will be revealed soon. As we focus our awareness and consciousness on these 7-7 concepts and vibrations, our energy fields begin to resonate with these numerical frequencies and their spiritual attributes. The vibrations emanating from the number 7 act as ripples, like waves produced by a drop of water, and begin shifting our own personal energetic structures and information. These inner shifts can take place in the non-physical DNA layers within our cells, in our chakra centers, meridians, and other energetic structures, depending on your own personal journey. This energetic conversation between the numeric resonance and our own consciousness can also trigger the awakening of ancient memories from our past existence in non-physical realities. In short, the 7-7 light codes are able to bring into our present awareness knowledge of our multidimensional essence that was previously hidden within us. They are bringing a newfound sense of freedom and spiritual sovereignty. These insights or revelations may come to you spontaneously during this time window from July 3rd to July 7th, if you keep your awareness open to this special portal, or during a more active and conscious process of meditation or any other modality of self-reflection. As we begin to remember the divine aspects of our human existence, a stronger bridge of light is created between our physical vessels and the higher dimensions. Our personal energy grids are being recalibrated into higher frequencies, and we begin to more consciously embody heaven on earth. We are not only bringing in new spiritual information online by means of these 7-7 light codes, we are also assisting with the release of old, rigid, inner structures that are no longer needed for this part of our individual and collective journey. As you can see, this process is rather complex, and it takes time and patience, but the evolutionary journey never stops. The cosmic upward spiral of life will take us to our divinely guided destinations, all in divine timing. The days before, during, and after the 7-7 portal can act as a conduit to bring more light within yourself. Tomorrow's update, we will be focusing on the more physical symptoms or manifestations that these inner spiritual alchemical shifts may bring to the surface. Also on July 7th, a key planetary shift is occurring as Uranus enters Gemini, but more on that as we approach this date. Meanwhile, stay well hydrated to facilitate the flow of energy and information in and around your body. Have a wonderful day. Much love. We are one. From DiegoBerman.com. And today from Divine Sister of the Light Carolyn, 144 God Code. Today may feel like a pause. However, know that your dreams are manifesting. Instead of stressing, focus on living the joyful life you love. Transformation is happening, with a special focus on friends, colleagues, and community. This is the end of the spell that created energy vampires, so you can have healthy reciprocal relationships and partnerships. A new beginning is blossoming where you are safe to be heart open with the people you love. Yah bless. Love, Carolyn. From 144godcode.com. And today from Divine Sister of the Light Colleen Lemma. On Thursday, July 3rd, we have now entered the Sirius gateway when our sun, ruler of the lens, through which we shine our light, conjuncts the beautiful star Sirius, which is linked to illumination and accessing higher consciousness and wisdom. This occurs every year between July 2nd through July 7th. This year it coincides with another profound astrological event, with Uranus, the Great Awakener, shifting into Gemini on July 7th, where he will be until May 2033. More on that energy later, but needless to say, these are powerful times for the evolution of humanity. For today we are approaching magnetic Venus, ruler of partnerships and personal resources, in a conjunction to Uranus, ruler of freedom and redirection, both in the final degree of practical Taurus. This connection becomes exact on Friday, July 4th at 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time, before Venus shifts into Gemini on the same day. With this, we are liberating ourselves from an old paradigm of energy that has to do with relationships and finances. The divine feminine within us no longer wants the status quo when it comes to developing and maintaining her connection with others, or how she creates or uses her money, time, and gifts. As Venus and then Uranus on July 7th shifts into multifaceted Gemini, we'll be looking at new potentials and possibilities when it comes to that and more. Expect the unexpected with the influence of Uranus here. Situations and circumstances that have been part of our lives may suddenly shift, change, or redirect as we free ourselves from what is no longer aligned with our internal truth. Remember, we are walking through the Sirius gateway now and immersing ourselves in a new and powerful cosmic energy. Blessings of love and light to all, from ColleenLemma.com. And today from Divine Sister of the Light Leah Whitehorse, Jupiter conjunct asteroid Rhiannon in Cancer on the Sabian symbol, game birds feathering their nests. Great goddess Rhiannon, she who carries an unfillable bag, riding on the back of a magical horse. She who is the force behind the earth, devoted mother, queen, keeper of sovereignty. Hear our prayer. Jupiter's influence amplifies her energy. A boon, a benediction, a gift. Two great deities joining forces to offer blessings and abundance. She hears you. Follow the urge to nest, to make ready for new life, to prepare for a new chapter. Make yourself comfortable because big things are coming, magical and holy. Feel yourself connect to both earth and sky, upper world and lower world, as above, so below. Feel your pulse at rest like soft hoofbeats through the woods. Listen for the blackbird's song, a sign that Rhiannon is near. Your soul is safe and protected. Feed your dreams. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And today from the Tzolk'in Times, Keen 101, Red Overtone Dragon. Tone 10, known as Planetary, manifests today with its keywords being power, produce, and perfect. As the 10th day of the Yellow Human Wave spell, it's a pivotal moment in this 13-day journey of tuning intuition and wisdom, offering a perfect opportunity to produce results. Planetary energy enhances any glyph, like counting on 10 fingers and toes. grounding your efforts in tangible outcomes. Manifest your needs with focus. Today is a 10 out of 10 for achievement. In this wave spell where human channels divine insight, this energy amplifies your intuitive growth for awakened progress. Picture a dragon's fiery breath shaping a new creation, produced with purpose to advance this transformative quest. The day's glyph is red dragon, embodying nurturing, being, and birth. Dragon days cradle you in Mother Earth's womb-like caves, symbolizing rebirth and care. Paired with planetary's productive force, today is ideal for manifesting nurturing and new beginnings. Whether self-care, relationships, or fresh starts, trust your intuition to guide what needs birthing. If you're a dragon, your nurturing essence shines now. In this wave spell, dragon's regenerative force aligns with humans' intuitive wisdom, guiding you to manifest care for awakened clarity. Nurture boldly to grow. And today from Divine Sister of the Light Christina Papa Giorgio, Red Planetary Dragon, 10 Emish, Keen 101, 3rd of July 2025, manifesting new birth, perfecting planetary nurturance. Keen 101 equal 2, partnership, cooperation, duality, tone 10, manifestation class 101, tone 10 and day total 10, 1 equal 1010 code. A day to hone your divine manifestation muscle and birth our new nurturing creations. Day 10 in the yellow human wave spell of wisdom, influence, intelligence, free will, and abundance. Today we manifest wise choices that influence us to take responsibility for the purity of nurturing our bodies and caring for others. We can also use our free will and intelligence to birth our new ideas and manifest personal and planetary abundance. Tone of creation, planetary tone 10 in the physical realm. Action produces, power perfects, essence manifestation. The 10th stage of the wave spell is the perfection of all we imagined as possible, and more. It is the harvest stage where we happily reap our manifest splendor. The forms we have been imagining begin to manifest into our reality, and our lives begin to reflect the deep soul longings that we desire. Planetary energies enable us to build and manifest strong connections with spirit today. We have the power to manifest and produce incredible prosperity, happiness, and joy, both in our hearts and the planetary heart of Nova Gaia, as we are all one heart. The planetary tone of perfection and manifestation enables us as a global family to perfect the creation of nurturance on a planetary level. We are perfecting the expansion of love throughout the new harmonic matrix, which is birthing our beautiful, new compassionate world. Today's questions are, what is it that needs my care and attention to be birthed into creation? How can I assist in birthing our new reality and manifesting planetary abundance? Today provides a beautiful opportunity to gather with our kin, honoring our mothers and connecting through our precious hearts, giving gratitude for the remembrance that we are loved and supported throughout all of creation. A'ho! Divine blessings for the manifestation of your wondrous and beautiful new creations. A'ho, planetary kin! Hold the perfected vision of bliss on earth. In la ketch a la keen. Christina White Magnetic World Bridger. Keen 66. Keen 101. Red Planetary Dragon. The mantra, the code for today is, I perfect in order to nurture, producing being. I seal the input of birth with the planetary tone of manifestation. I am guided by the power of universal water. 144, flowing in. And now we complete today's transmissions with a very powerful divine decree for the Syrian Mother Sun Heliacal Rising transmission. I stand now in the radiant presence of the Syrian Mother Sun. I call forth the blue diamond light within my heart. I open the chambers of my soul to the ignition of truth. I release all illusions, falsehoods, and distortions from my path. I choose to enter the eye of the needle with humility. I surrender all that is not aligned with my highest essence. I receive the codes of transformation, completion, and rebirth. I unite the sacred feminine and divine masculine within me. I anchor the phoenix codes through the eternal flame of sovereignty. I breathe the crystalline memory of Mu into every cell of my being. I align my heart with the galactic grandmothers of Mu. I reclaim my role as a keeper of the blue ray lineage. I ignite the coordinates of Eden consciousness upon the earth. I walk the golden path in beauty, truth, and radiant love. Through the Sirian portal, I restore the harmony of the timelines. I embody the light of the Mother Sun with every breath. I rise now in unity with my soul family, for planetary peace, for the liberation of love, for the grand galactic rising of the Mother. And so it is. A'ho, Amenti. Thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. Have a most beautiful, blessed day as we continue our journey through the Ascension portal and into our new heaven upon the new earth. Keep walking gently your sacred path with heart, with peace and love in every step, and keep shining your light brightly into the night. Be sure to make this day and every day the best day ever. The eagle and the condor love you all. Namaste.